Hi everyone, happy holidays. Welcome to the craft space. My name is Kim and I used to be the Vintage Viking, and I've started a new page that goes along with my new studio that I was going to announce on my old channel, but it's been a little bit of a journey and it looks as though I can't quite get into that old account of mine. So I thought, new business, new focus, new page. I will try to link my old videos on here when I get a little bit more tech savvy. But in the meantime, we're just going to start over and we're going to start with something new. And I thought bringing you all along in December when I'm going to start my new December daily, which is a junk journal or a memory journal type item. So I'm a little rusty at this, but here is my journal, my December daily that we're gonna start going through every day. And we're going to figure out, what do you do with one? What do you put in your December daily, which makes it a little bit different than just your regular junk journal. And I thought that what a great way to start my new channel, with something that I can bring you guys with me every day, and we can do a little bit at a time. So let's get started. So this is my December daily. It's a little different than any of the journals I've ever made before. Let me see if I can zoom out just a tiny bit. There we go. It's not my typical where it's very themed and very meticulous on colors and items and things like that. This one's just going to be a little bit more eclectic, and I'm going to collect things from every day during the month of December. And what I mean by collect just means I'll just keep the things and be a little more mindful about what I'm doing, and I'll throw them into a little book. And then each day I'm going to really try to take a little bit of time for myself. And whether it be I'm going to write in the journal or I'm going to just decorate a page, just add some things to the journal, is kind of my big plan. So anyway, welcome. So first I'm just going to show you what my journal is and kind of how I'm going to start with my journal here. And so this is done with a collage on I believe this is a cereal box that I cut and made into a 3 signature, pretty chunky journal. If you can see, it's not embellished yet. It's all kind of, I call it a naked journal. The only thing that really is in there, I've done a little bit just to get it ready for December so that I can do something every day in it. I did, however, build a little dangle, which I usually do with ribbon and beads, and this time I made a dangle. I'm going to pull this off. It's just on with a paper clip, so it's not connected permanently. It's not with lobster claw. It's not with a bull nose clip, I think is what they're called. It's just a paper clip this time. And I've watched Thrifty Day. Thrifty Day does a really great tutorial on some of these, and so I will try, if I can figure out how. I will link her page down below, and maybe we can link one of these and you can see just how to make them, and maybe we'll take a chance and do a tutorial later on this month. But I tried to collect a bunch of just little baubles that I had laying around that mean something to me, so that when it's on the side, and then throughout the month I'll just hang new things on it. But it has this little tiny puppy in the bath. My daughter is a foster for a mom and pups rescue, and I got to go with her the other day and rescue or take 2 of her fosters on, and boy, were they stinky. So we had to she had to give them a bath, and this charm I found just made me think of that. And then a little wooden train that I had. One of my favorite Christmas decorations are the light bulb. I don't know why, but just the theme is I love the little light bulb. And as you can see, it's got some Christmas ornaments. This was just a nice big disco ball bead. A little white duck. I drive a Jeep, so I wanted to put a teeny tiny, sometimes I leave these on Jeeps or I hand them to somebody that's got a Jeep so it doesn't blow off. So I thought that'd be cute on there. A little peppermint. Love a good Christmas, those Christmas tree cakes by Little Debbie's. Love them. They make the box for this treat makes the best size journal when you're just starting out, or if you want to make multiple little ones quickly. Great size box. And again, I have a little green one on here. What else? Oh, a little wool. I mean, look at how cute. I love miniature anything. So look at that little mitten I found. I just put that on there, a little candy cane. I also collect nutcrackers, and this was a little vintage glass ornament that I had. And what do you do with him? So I took him, I stole him out of my trinket shelf and put him on my dangles. So this is just my little collection. There is something that I need to add, and I just keep it in a little dish. And then when I get time, I will add a couple more things until this is nice and chunky. But it's nice because you can take it off when you're writing and you don't have to have it be all lumpy and bumpy. So, but again, I love a good dangle. And normally I love using the type that has the ribbons and bows and rickrack and things like that. So here are a couple. So normally my journals have something like this on them. And I love making these out of all those little bits and pieces after putting a journal together, and you put them all together and then you just have these in your stash to pull from when you just need a quick little side dangle. So, but yeah, so if you can see, much different. So you got your little tchotchkes versus your ribbons. So, and it's up to you, whatever you like. There is no right way or wrong way because it's junk journaling. So, alrighty. So here is my book. And this is, like I said, a cereal box. And I collaged the original, or the base part, completely with scraps left over from all the journals that I made for the craft sales that I did this season. And so I love all these papers, and I thought that I would take all of these papers and do a collage so that when I pull this book out next year, it'll remind me of all the different papers and all the hard work that I did from October, November, getting ready for all of those craft sales that I did. And I added some fancy corners because the paper got to be a little too thick to use the squeezy corners. So I put big chunky corners. I did not put them on the back. I think I might add them to the back just because if this starts to get a little used, it might be nicer, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's got 3 signatures, and I used the baker's twine with the 3 different colors. I thought looked nice. And then this was just a piece of scrapbook paper that I cut that had that on there. Thought it looked pretty, and it wouldn't be too covered up by the paper clip. So, alrighty. Okay, so let's just kind of look inside. We're not going to go through the entire booklet. So, just thought we'd show you a few pages. And I use everything from coffee dyed splatter paper, some just little kid writing paper. I wasn't so worried about having complete white blank pages in here because they're all going to get covered up with the bits and pieces that I have. Normally, my journals look a little bit more like this, where I'll put a tuck in here, and then you can journal on here, and I don't make them too busy. But some of them they just look nice, so I added those too. And this one is going to be for the 4th, just because I have something exciting on the 4th. So I'm like, well, I saved these things, so when I get ready to journal, I wanted this layout for the 4th. And I'm not doing it in order. I'm kind of skipping a few days so that when I find extra things, I can fill up the pages and decorate as needed. So love using a doily. These are placemats that I used as some pages, book ledger sheets, some more dyed paper. some Christmas books that I had left over, little pieces from all of the journals I did for the craft sale, that type of thing. So, but here's my basic journal. As you see, some coloring pages, and I just a map. I might see if I can find some little Santas and put them all over. I think this is supposed to be somewhere in England. But it's got way more than 25 pages. I was going to do just 25 pages and then just do one a day. But instead I did this, and what I will do is it has extra places for me to add all of the Happy Mail that I get from the different groups that I'm part of, as well as putting in Christmas cards that I get through the season, or Christmas cards that I find that I think are pretty in my stash that I don't want to put in journals that I sell. Let's see, just keep flipping through. And when it's all done in January, we'll probably go through it and look at it. Or we'll see. If anyone's interested, we can go through and look at it and go through. And here we're coming to the end. This was a coloring book. The pages were, I think, from the 70s, and they're real brittle, and so I thought, well, let's just use the cover instead. Look at that bald Santa. I guess I didn't know that Santa doesn't have hair, because he always has a hat on. And then we get to the end, and a piece of scrapbook paper. Gotta love some good rickrack. That's always a nice touch on a journal. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with this, and once I get day one going, I'll show you all the different things I'm going to do each day. But today I thought, let's just get started. Let's just do a December daily, kind of a get to know you book. And hopefully when it's all done, I'll come up with what I want for the cover, because as you see, it doesn't have a cover. The only thing so far I have on is this. So I left it kind of a little bit in the raw, and you can do it however you want to. It can be big, it can be small. There's no set size. There's some washi tape, which I'm not sure I'm a big fan of on the edges. I'm probably going to add some of those little pom-pom trims to it. We'll see. But I really wanted it to just be kind of a work in progress and something for me to work on that's all mine, that's not going on to my Etsy shop, that's not going for sale in a craft fair. It's just going to be mine, and it'll be eclectic, and it's a completely different style than I'm used to doing. It's not clean and simple. It's going to be just crazy, and I'm going to glue all kinds of fun stuff into it. So my light is very bright over here today. So, and this goes here, and I thought what I would do is, I don't want to give away too much in there, I'm going to set this aside. And it does look, I think it looks really pretty when you just have it sitting on your desk, and you have that hanging down. It makes you want to go and journal in that. So, little fun pen. The thing, if you're going to journal, you got to make it fun. You got to make it enjoyable, not make it a chore. And I know a lot of people just don't really have the time to during the holidays. We have so many family obligations and shopping and cleaning and working and all of the different things that we need to do. But I'm trying to take a little bit of time for myself and encourage you to take time for yourselves. And even if it's just 15 minutes to jot something down, you know, pick a page that you like and put a couple of stickers on it, and even just write the lyrics down from your favorite Christmas carol and sing along while you're writing it, or have some coloring pages in your December daily and get yourself some really fabulous colored pencils and just relax with a nice cup of eggnog, a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, whatever you like, and just color for a few minutes and just remember what it was like when you were a kid to just not have all the hustle and bustle of the holidays. So what I did want to share before we get into our big December daily every day is, how do I get organized to keep everything so you don't just have a big pile of stuff on your desk that you don't know what you're going to do with. I found one of these little, I think it was Hobby Lobby or Michael's, one of those. It's one of those faux books. I have them everywhere. They hide everything all over my house. Because they're nice, you can just throw stuff in them, close them, they look nice, they stay organized. But I altered this one a little bit, and back out just a tiny bit. So again, you can see it's just one of those faux books. But what I did with it is I tried to make a little organizer out of it. And as you can see, I've got all of my Happy Mail and all my little bits and pieces that are going in here. And what I did is, I think I shouldn't have shaken it around so much. What I did was took extra scrapbook paper and I added a bunch of pockets to the front cover. And so you can see this is a pocket, a little pocket, this is a big pocket. And I took all of the things that I have been getting in Happy Mail. We got, I've been part of a couple Christmas card exchanges and some Happy Mail and some random acts of kindness Facebook groups that we exchange things. And I thought, what a great way to just keep it organized so that it, again, makes it easy and encourages me to sit down with that cup of whatever I feel like drinking that afternoon or evening or first thing in the morning, whenever I feel like getting to it. And makes it easier because I've kind of got some little bits and pieces. I've got some my words over here. These are stickers with words on it. Here was something that somebody, I thought this was beautiful. I'll cover up my little address here. They drew this and then hand painted it on the front of this envelope for a Happy Mail. I thought, wow, how pretty is that? So I saved that, so we'll somehow use that in there. Some book pages. And like I said, this is going to be completely different than any journal that I've done before. So I'm saving things like the little tea topper on my tea bags. I'm going to turn those into tabs. I'm saving all of the stamps, even the ones that are not Christmassy, because I have a plan for those. But I just cut the little stamps out and they're organized here. One of them had some glitter in it, and I think one of them got stuck in the carpet and it bent when it came out, but I'll figure out something, maybe make a shaker card out of it. And these are some multi-size, and then someone sent me some Happy Mail with not Christmas in it, so I kind of separated that. And I thought, what a great idea to just kind of keep it organized so that when I'm digging through, I can find it all in here. And I really want to try to use just the things that are collected throughout the day. And then it could be a receipt, it could be like that junk mail that comes in with a cute picture on it. The inside of an envelope, when your bills, I found one that is green on the inside, which I've never seen a green one. They're always black and white or blue and white. So I cut that up a little bit and saved that, so that can be used as a background for something. You never know what you're going to use. And so I thought, I'll just add all of that, and then I cut it up and get it ready to go and stick it in here so that it makes it nice and easy and simple to get into my junk journal. So if you could do me a favor and like this video, it would really help me, since I'm really trying to build my subscribers back up since I'm on a new channel. And eventually I'll give you the big story of how the other channel and how I'm not very technologically savvy, so I struggled with that a little bit, but I thought instead of stressing over it, it's the season of no stress, so I'm just going to start over. And again, like I said, I'm going to try to link all of those tutorials and the how-to videos and the flip-throughs. And last year I got one of those stationery boxes and I did a daily because I was duped and it wasn't the good one, and it was pretty hilarious of the things that I actually got in this everyday box, but that's another whole video that we will do. But if you could just like and subscribe and really help me get this channel all built back up. I worked really hard on the other one, and it would really mean a lot to me if you would like and subscribe. And then eventually, when we hit a certain number, I'm going to start doing some giveaways and some Happy Mail and some drawings for full journals and that type of thing. But if you'll just come along with me for the December daily, I promise you're going to have a good time and we can journal together. Also, if you leave me a comment below and let me know, do you December daily? Do you journal daily? Have you ever heard of a December daily? I've made them before, but I've never actually done one every day just because I always feel like I'm too busy to get everything done, and I didn't want to put another burden on myself, so I've never actually done one. So this year I'm going to do one. And don't worry if you don't get one. Maybe you have to do 2 days in a row and you do them on the same day. Doesn't matter. But I'm going to bring you on my journey of doing the December daily, and I hope you come back and check out my videos tomorrow. Thanks so much for hanging out all the way to the end. I hope you enjoyed this video. You have a great night and happy holidays.